Any college worth its salt has ghost stories. It's college lore. Upperclassmen use ghost stories to scare freshmen into sleeping with the lights on in their haunted dorm. Before we start our list, hit that subscribe button and see more horror and haunted videos. No ghosts in our list of the greatest college dorms, however some students may prefer them. Nothing puts new Greek members in their place like an urban legend about a pledge whose spirit searches for his head. If a school is too young to have colonial or Victorian ghosts, there are plenty other college urban tales to use. Number 7. OSU, Main Campus. Paranormal enthusiasts declare Ohio University one of America's most haunted institutions. A 200-year-old university has plenty of time to build a national reputation on ghost stories and urban legends. Ohio University was founded in 1804 and accepted its first students in 1809. Athens OH is famed as a college town. According to believers, the institution sits between 5 cemeteries, forming a pentacle, with Wilson Hall at the middle. Or it was erected on an Indian burial place or unsanctified Athens Lunatic asylum burials. Room 428, where 2 kids died mysteriously, is empty. The Ridges, formerly Athens Lunatic Asylum. The Ridges is plagued by the asylum's former patients. Built in 1874 as a state of the art progressive hospital for the mentally ill, The Ridges is famous for its cemetery, where historians and spiritualists hunt for hospital evidence. The Ridges, home to the Kennedy Museum of Art, administrative offices, classrooms, and storage facilities, is a popular paranormal research site. While the former tuberculosis wing was taken down in 2013, due to college students and troublemakers breaking in, the ghosts remained. Margaret Schilling died in 1979. Still there? Number 6. Flagler. Flagler College was founded in 1968, so you might believe it's too young for ghost stories. The Ponce de Leon Hotel, Flagler's campus showpiece, was erected in 1888 by eccentric industrialist Henry Morrison Flagler, who turned Florida into a tourist magnet. Flagler is in St. Augustine, FL, the oldest city in the U.S. Flagler College is no exception to St. Augustine's restless spirits and evil karma. Flagler Institution is our number 2 best regional college in the South, yet students may wake up to a ghostly woman in black at the foot of their bed or a small kid perpetually playing. A pregnant woman who went down the stairs and a youngster who fell from a balcony are supposed to haunt the Ponce de Leon. Henry Flagler's spirit is locked in the Flagler room, while his wife and one of his mistresses also haunt the building. A ghostly handyman supposedly whistles while fixing the showers, but he can't see you. Number 5. Smith College. Since 1871, Smith College has been one of the most dominating institutions in women's education, with alumni including Sylvia Plath, Gloria Steinem, and Betty Friedan. With buildings from the colonial era, it being Massachusetts, Smith has centuries of accidents, murders, and plagues to draw on. Smith is the top-ranked women's college in the U.S., but it's also haunted. Smith's website lists all the campus ghosts and their stories, and there are some doozies. The most famous and heartbreaking story is about the Sessions House, built in 1751, where star-crossed lovers met in a hidden stair. The hidden stairway is real, and new inhabitants are entrusted with uncovering it on Halloween. Other ghosts include a senior who forgot to turn off the gas oven, a tiny kid who died after being confined in an attic, and a broken-hearted mother who walks the floors with the weeping infant she murdered in life. Smith students sleep well. The attic scratching isn't a mouse. Number 4. Notre Dame. Notre Dame is home to the Fighting Irish, Newt Rockne, and the original collegiate marching band. Notre Dame, founded in 1842, is one of the most important Catholic universities in American history and has its share of ghost stories. Notre Dame's spirits seem to congregate around the 1881 Theater Washington Hall. A steeplejack who went off the roof during construction and a music student who still practices his French horn haunt the theater. George Gipp, an all-American football player who died of illness in 1920, is Notre Dame's most renowned ghost. Gipp fell ill after one of his biggest triumphs. Generally, the tale goes that he returned to campus after curfew, tried to sneak into Washington Hall to escape the cold, and fell asleep after finding it locked. He probably became sick after a cold practice before antibiotics. The Gypper became famous through Coach Knute Rockne's win-1 for the Gypper halftime speech, immortalized in film by Pat O'Brien and a young Ronald Reagan as Gyp, but he's claimed to ride a ghostly white horse up the stairs and through Washington Hall. Number 3. Kenyon College. Philander Chase, Ohio's first Episcopal bishop, founded Kenyon College in 1821. Kenyon has been named a hidden ivy for its excellence and relative obscurity. Kenyon is one of the most haunted institutions in America, in addition to having a gorgeous campus. Kenyon College lecturer Tim Schutt leads a ghost tour of the campus' most haunted spots. Old Kenyon has several true ghost stories. Stuart Pearson, the oldest ghost, died in a fraternity hazing gone wrong in 1905. Fraternity mates left him on a trestle, promising to return later, but he was murdered by a train. Each year, DKE members transport a coffin to the trestle and read the coroner's findings. At 1949, a fire in Old Kenyon killed 9 students, who are claimed to advise present occupants to leave. The Capels Residence Hall is haunted by a young guy who fell down the shaft trying to escape a stalled elevator in 1979. Residents have reported being woken up at night by an unseen person smelling of alcohol and sitting on their bed. According to mythology, anyone crossing through the gates of hell at midnight is taken to, well, you know. Number 2. University of Montevallo. The University of Montevallo is Alabama's sole public liberal arts college and one of the best for veterans. Montevallo was formed as a technical school for women in 1896, although several of its structures are among the oldest in Alabama. With old buildings come ghost stories, and the University of Montevallo is one of the most haunted universities in America. Visitors can see their sights on the annual Montevallo Ghost Walk. Captain Henry Reynolds is supposed to haunt Reynolds Hall out of guilt. Reynolds left his post to defend a hospital during the Civil War, only to return to discover it overrun and the patients captured. Less sadly, the spirit of Dr. William Trumbauer bothers people in Palmer Hall's theater. Edmund King, who built King House in 1823, and the ghost of Maine Hall haunt Montevallo. King, a wealthy man at the commencement of the Civil War, buried his fortune in his orchard to protect it from Union forces. King died before the conclusion of the war and still haunts the house and grounds. Sometimes he wanders the orchard with a shovel and lantern attempting to remember where the gold is buried, and other times he can be seen in his office worrying over his money. Condi Cunningham died in 1909 when the alcohol stove she was using to prepare hot chocolate overflowed, lighting her clothes on fire. Maine Hall residents have heard a woman screaming and running in flames. Number 1. Drew University. Drew University, founded in 1867, is one of the oldest Methodist seminaries in the country and one of the most beautiful autumn colleges. For our purposes, that's not what's crucial about Drew. Drew is one of the most haunted institutions in America, and it's proud of that reputation. Southern aristocrat William Gibbons erected the forest as his family's northern summer house in 1832. After his heirs sold the land to Drew University founder Daniel Drew in 1867, possibly due to the post-Civil War financial crisis, weird things started happening. Roxana Meade Drew, Drew's wife, haunts Meade Hall, dedicated in her honor. Maintenance workers and security officers have seen and heard her. Mrs. Drew isn't the only spectral resident of the campus. An organ, playing ghost, haunts the chapel, playing church tunes in the middle of the night. A sorrowful, dark-haired woman appears in Hoyt-bound Hall, taking goods from dorm residents. Reggie, another spirit, causes mischief at the Kirby Shakespeare Theater, from little annoyances to setting an actress outfit on fire. The official Houdini seance chose Drew for its 82nd attempt to raise the magician's spirit in 2008. Maybe Harry found Drew too crowded. So what do you think of this video? Share with us in the comments below and subscribe to our channel for more.